Hello. It's another running in place day, folks. Um, Maybe it's an improvement, and I'll explain. It's too early to know. I'm starting out with the Russell here. We got this reversal day on Friday. Friday was a day of consolidating the prior day's gains, and you might say, well, what gains in the Russell here, Greg? Well, it was an up day, but other things did better than the Russell. So far, it's just an inside day. We'll see where this ends. There's a little topping tail. It doesn't mean it's going to end that way. And so, depending on where it ends, right, if it's a red bar, down here, well, obviously we know that sellers took control in the afternoon and it's likely to go lower. If it can close strong, that'll lead us to a partial bias that, hey, if it can take out this high, maybe we'll be off to the races. We'll see. You can see the 65-minute chart is just chopping back and forth between support and resistance. Uh, the S&P is another consolidation day. You can see the opposing pivots on the 5-minute. It's just what I call a ping pong day. Just back and forth, and so far it's been pretty reliable. Coming down to support, buyers have been there, pops it back up. So, what point does it tell us that it's likely to move in one direction instead of ping pong? Well, when it reaches an area, typically it'll stay down there for a while and then break, or it'll stay up near the high for a while and then it'll break higher. The 65-minute, we see the momentum move, the sideways consolidation. So the preceding move was up, power creates this void, the ability to move lower. You can see a bar there with pivots on the high and low of one bar. So another measure of indecision. So if it was to bounce from here, come back up, go sideways, well, then we'd believe it can go higher. So we're in waiting mode. The daily has improved from the sideways chop. It closed strong. It's consolidating. We wait. Financials, relatively strong today. Um, kind of grinding up on the 65 and the 5. And so, there was the pullback. It closes strong up several days in a row. It's at the pivot. And because of the uptrend, we would assume it's going to take out the high and move up. It would be new all-time highs. A weak close could result in a head and shoulders type of a top. So as we look at different places, we come to conclusions that things really aren't moving much here today. We had a decisive day last Thursday. It was a consolidation day on Friday, and today continues to consolidate. Regional banks improving, which should help the Russell. It's a big part of it, but still we got to wait for the close. A lot of sideways action there. Hey, we're doing great here today. Energy. So money coming into energy. USO is up on the day. We'll take a look in a sec. But this looks like it can continue higher. I'd like to see if it can hold on to the gain here in the latter part of the day. USO, I talked about in the weekend letter, the potential of this becoming a W bottom. It looks like that's in the process of happening. We'll see how it closes. I'm going to come back here. And I've got this sorted by percent change on the day. Decent day there. Not bad, not bad. So as we look at some of these that are holding up relatively well to others and having a good day today, there's a pivot over there, but based on this consolidation, I would think it could continue higher. You could definitely take a look to see if put spreads make sense, if there's enough premium and time to expiration. So again, looking through some of these, well, that one clearing the highs, that should be able to go higher. All right. Okay, KRE. Oh, this switched over from XLE. I was on the regional banks. So Halliburton, this is typically good for a stock that will participate with the price of energy. Schlumberger, it's kind of a hit and miss many times. And so a lot of these don't look amazing. That one looks a little better. Right? A little bit of a bottoming pattern there. Higher low bottoming tail bar. We'd have to see how it closes. All right. Materials still under the 200. Um, you know, steel moving up, chemicals improving, ags. So here is some things that have been doing amazingly well in the ETF trader. Corn, got in with that down near the low. Wheat, got in recently. That looks like it's going higher. So agricultural commodities improving, a little bit maybe of an inflation flavor going on there with the prices of these grains moving up, steel moving up. All right, utilities not breaking yet. Industrial's not doing anything. Technology up at the top of the range. It's likely to stall. So that is not supportive of the NASDAQ 100. Even if it breaks out, should be limited upside because of the move. The Qs are under the opening price. You got a gap reversal. You know, still overall bullish. The resting day. Um, Walgreens bringing up the rear. Intel, buyout rumors. MU improving. So a lot of these kind of reaching their destinations. LRCX breaking out. So looks pretty good. We'll keep an eye on that one, see if it can continue to hold on to the gain, what it does in the latter part of the day. We looked at financials. Consumer staples not doing anything much. Real estate not doing anything. Interest rates just slop back and forth, back and forth. So while moving up a little bit, could be a little bearish, but not decisive. Just whipsaws going on there. Consumer services still looks good. T2, maybe a little bit of a continuation possible there. That was the gap up on earnings. Peeking through a few of these. The telephone continues to do well. Yeah, consumer discretionary was looking great here. So you see this bottoming pattern down, big move up, gap reversal. The topping tail should have resulted in basically no follow through, but it gapped down and then it couldn't get going again. So this is really questionable. And what's doing poorly here? Well, that's just pulling back after a gap up. Earnings in April, that looks lower. We'll take a look for that for a call spread. If there's any premium there, just looking at a few others. Carnival. So maybe this run in these stocks that were running up, the not the regionals, the cruise lines. That's a sell setup there. It already retraced down to major support and beginning to turn. So we'll see what that does. Ford week, the home builders week. They got room to drop. Lennar looks like it can drop. That one. Amazon. There's a crack in the armor of the MAGs, MAGS. You can see that turn day today. So we've got some positives going on or improvements. We've got negatives going on, which is leading to uncertainty. And we see that in what's happening in markets. Transports bring up the rear, coming up to resistance. We'll see what they do there. So still a lot of backing and filling going on. We'll just have to see how this unfolds. As always, if you have questions, email us. Greg and Dan at Master Trader.